And the Coat Drive is just one of the life-changing projects spearheaded by the United Way. Joining us today is Nicole Martin-Reimer, President and CEO of Granite United Way, and Bob Coates, a United Way board member. Nicole and Bob, thank you so much for being with us. And Nicole, I'll start with you. We just want to talk about the Coat Drive. It is well underway now, and tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, sure. So Granite United Way, has a really simple mission: mobilize the caring power of community to improve lives. And this is one of the great ways we're doing it. It's a really great project. It's involving, we cover about 85% of the state. We serve 85% of the state as Granite United Way, but we work really closely with our partners in Monadnock and the Greater Nashua region, so where there are also United Ways. And we're all joining together this year to get hundreds of coats donated and get those out to families in need. We're working with school districts and agencies to get those to folks. Like you said, it's the cold weather's coming. It's New Hampshire, and here it comes. And we know from the calls we get from 211, our information referral system, and other things, that there's a lot of need out there right now, and this is one way we can help. And so we're working with Cleary Cleaners is drop-off sites everywhere, and they're cleaning the coats for us. Wonderful. And we're also the community college system. Every community college system throughout the state is a drop-off site, so that's a really another way people can give. And there's lots of sites listed all throughout New Hampshire on our website at graniteuw.org.
Wonderful. And that's new and used coats.
Yes, correct.
Wonderful.
Yep.
And the need, can you talk a little bit about what the need looked like last year and what we're expecting this year?
Sure. So I think we can say the need is continuing to increase. I think we all know there's a lot of uncertainty out there. So our partners are experiencing need. The clients they serve are experiencing great need. We can see that in a lot of the things we do. So we're in the midst of fundraising right now. This is our annual campaign. Hundreds of companies, hundreds and thousands of donors join us every year. I think that's a need a lot of people have, is to be a part of something right now. And United Way is a way you can be a part of something. It's an easy way to give back, whether it's the Coat Drive, whether it's philanthropic resources. But the need we're seeing is great. I mean, one of the things United Way does is make grants to nonprofit agencies out there, and the ones meeting basic needs. We offered grants multiple times throughout the year. Last year it was a new grant process to kind of better meet those emerging and emergency needs we're seeing out there, especially in this time of uncertainty. We got about 5 times the request we normally do. So we know the need is out there. I will also say, you mentioned 211, we talked about just a second ago. That's the information and referral system for the state of New Hampshire to connect people to all sorts of resources, whether they're in crisis or just needing help finding, I don't know, place for elderly parents to, needing help or something like that.
Sure. We want to talk about 211 a little bit more in just a minute, but I want to talk, because you mentioned being a part of something.
Sure.
And that is a huge need, right? So many people are trying to figure out how I can help. And Bob, you represent one of the companies, one of the hundreds of companies that support United Way. You are with Eversource. And can you just talk about why you and Eversource decided to get involved with United Way?
Absolutely. Personally, I've been giving to the United Way for over 30 years. And saw as an opportunity to help in the leadership and Nicole's great leadership across the state. For Eversource, we're actively involved in all the communities that we serve. Like Granite United Way, we serve over 85% of the state, and the needs are substantial. And while we take great pride in providing safe, affordable, and reliable electricity, we take even more great pride in handing out a coat, handing out a meal, cleaning a park, painting a school, all those needs that are out there to make the residents and constituents in the state succeed through many, many difficult times. So it's really an honor and a privilege for us at Eversource and for me on the board to personally give.
Yeah, Bob, let's talk a little bit about maybe your favorite project. Can you talk to me about, a time you've been out in the community and what you've seen? What you've seen as the need and how it made you feel to be out there doing something.
Yeah, certainly. We supported the Granite United Way in veterans issues substantially. We just finished doing the veteran stand down at our Energy Park facility, and being able to walk through the group and see veterans in need and help them out, whether it's a haircut, a jacket, a meal, or finding home housing for folks. Those folks have given for our nation, for our residents, for our company, and our customers, and it's great to give back. To the point of 211, we saw the opportunity when Granite United Way needed a place to house 211 to use the infrastructure. We had an office and a space and telephone infrastructure that we could help out, and we host it and continue to host it with a great deal of pride.
And Nicole, I do want to talk, there are so many projects we could talk about, but very briefly, if you could just describe 211 a little bit more for our viewers. If they need the help, what can they find with dialing 211?
Yeah, absolutely. So 211 really does tell us about the need, like you talked about, and it's because we're seeing increasing first-time callers to 211. So it's another way to indicate that need. But 211, no call's ever the same. So people can call 211 for just about anything. You know, it can be emergency stuff like they need shelter that night and they need to be connected to something. It can be someone needing to find out about, you know, a child care opportunity or a summer camp, those basic things that people come to every day. Hours of a food pantry, literally anything people call 211 for. It's also, we work a lot in partnership with the state. A lot of people don't know that either. Like your dollar goes further with United Way because there's so much we do.
Wonderful.
And that's another way we connect people to the Doorway program who may be experiencing issues around substance use or things like that. So lots of resources for 211, especially in this time.
Yes, and so many ways to get involved, and that's all the time we have. I know that we could talk for a long time about all of the projects with United Way, and so we just want people to know if they want to get involved, there are so many different ways to do so. Thank you both so much for being here. Now, if you're interested in getting involved with the Granite United Way, you can find more information right online at graniteuw.org.